Welcome back, everyone. I'm Chinweoke Uzoamaka, and this is our series, Saving the Scavengers, Understanding Vulture Population Decline. In previous sessions, we've uncovered key reasons this amazing bird, vultures, are vanishing. From direct hunting pressures to the critical problem of food scarcity, we've seen how vultures, nature's cleanup crews, struggle to find safe, reliable food sources, causing severe declines in their populations. Today, we face perhaps the most sinister threat yet, food poisoning. Unlike hunting and starvation, this threat hides quietly within their very sustenance. Food poisoning. This is not the kind of food poisoning we humans fear after a bad meal. No, this is a crisis that silently devastates entire vulture populations, swiftly, mercilessly, and often unnoticed until it's far too late. Stay with me, because understanding this could be the key to saving not just vultures, but the delicate balance of ecosystems that depend on them. You may ask, what toxins lie hidden in a meal that should sustain life, but instead delivers death? What exactly is poisoning our vultures? Let's unravel this deadly web. At the top of the list is Diclofenac, the invisible assassin. Originally a veterinary drug used to treat livestock inflammation, it's deadly for vultures, causing kidney failure and rapid death when vultures feed on carcasses of treated animals. Number 2 is lead ammunition, a toxic legacy. Hunters often use lead bullets in wildlife hunting. Picture this: a hunter's bullet finds its mark, but the story doesn't end there. Tiny fragments of lead remain lodged in the carcass. When vultures arrive, doing what they've done for millennia, cleaning up nature's leftovers, they ingest this poison. Even small fragments cause severe lead poisoning. Lead seeps into their bloodstream, leading to paralysis, agonizing organ failure, and eventual death. The third, and often overlooked source of vulture poisoning is pesticides, a double-edged sword. Farmers sometimes deliberately poison carcasses to kill predators like lions or hyenas. Let me give you a chilling image. Imagine this. In the African savanna, an elephant, majestic but fallen, lies poisoned. For vultures, it's a feast. Within hours, over 500 vultures collapse, dead around the carcass. Not from natural causes, but from a human-made toxin they never stood a chance against. Such devastating events aren't isolated. Similar mass poisonings have occurred multiple times, rapidly decimating populations. These events dramatically demonstrate how quickly poisoning can drive vultures toward extinction. To truly grasp the scale and urgency of the food poisoning crisis facing vultures, we turn to a powerful analytical tool: system dynamics modeling. This isn't just data on a page. It's a window into the future, showing us how today's actions or inactions can determine whether vultures soar or vanish. Through this modeling, we visualize the chain reactions triggered by poison in the food supply. How a hidden toxin doesn't just claim individual lives, but destabilizes entire populations. The results were nothing short of alarming. Our simulations clearly showed how food poisoning significantly increases mortality rates, reduces reproductive success, and drastically shortens the lifespan of vultures. Even minimal poison contamination quickly destabilizes vulture populations, resulting in rapid declines. To understand how different realities could unfold, we ran several scenarios. Each one told a story, and none ended well without decisive action. Scenario 1. The slow burn, low-level, consistent poisoning. At first glance, occasional poisoning might seem manageable, but the model showed otherwise. Even low-level, persistent exposure acts like a slow, invisible fire, gradually eroding vulture numbers until extinction becomes a quiet certainty. No dramatic collapse, just a fading into nothingness. Scenario 2. The massacre, single, large-scale poisoning events. Here, the danger was immediate and catastrophic. A single mass poisoning event, like those we've seen with poisoned elephant carcasses, causes a sharp population crash. Survivors are too few and too weakened to recover, leading to a swift march toward extinction. Scenario 3. Hope meets reality. Conservation versus poisoning. We introduced strong conservation measures, safe feeding stations, anti-hunting laws. The model showed promise, but only when poisoning was controlled. Without eliminating poisoning, even the best interventions were like patching a sinking ship. The population still declined, only slightly delayed. Without directly addressing poisoning, conservation efforts become futile. These findings are sobering. They clearly show that poisoning is an immediate threat requiring urgent, targeted action to prevent vultures from becoming extinct. We've explored models, data, and projections, but now let's step outside the models into the real world, where these numbers have already translated into tragedy. In the late 1990s, India and Pakistan experienced catastrophic declines of up to 99% of their vulture populations. The culprit? A seemingly harmless veterinary drug, Diclofenac. What followed was a chilling lesson in ecological imbalance. Without vultures to swiftly clear carcasses, rotting remains became breeding grounds for disease. Populations of rats and feral dogs surged, bringing with them rabies and other deadly illnesses. Human health, agriculture, and sanitation systems were overwhelmed. This was not just an environmental crisis, it became a public health emergency. Alarmingly, Diclofenac has now made its way into Africa, threatening similar devastation. Without immediate and strict regulation, Africa could repeat Asia's tragic experience, rapidly losing its crucial vulture populations. Throughout today's discussion, we've uncovered food poisoning as a silent but deadly force, capable of wiping out vulture populations before most even recognize the danger. The message is clear. We must urgently regulate toxic substances like Diclofenac, ban harmful pesticides, and switch to safer ammunition practices. Awareness is our most powerful weapon. Let's spread the word, educate our communities, and push for stronger environmental regulations to protect vultures. Let's explore integrated conservation strategies. We will look at solutions, practical, actionable, and impactful, to help revive vulture populations and safeguard our ecosystems. Visit our YouTube channel at See Excellent for the previous Saving the Scavengers series. Simulations discussed in this talk clearly show that tackling just one issue, such as reducing hunting alone, is not enough. Or just providing food isn't enough for significant long-term recovery. Instead, we found substantial population rebounds occur only when multiple strategies, reducing hunting, ensuring safe food sources, and eliminating poisoning, are tackled together. Scenario 1. Hunting control only. Although helpful, we found that solely restricting hunting doesn't sufficiently recover vulture populations. Without secure food sources, vultures remain vulnerable. Scenario 2. Food availability only. Simply providing carcasses via vulture restaurants helps temporarily, but without controlling hunting and poisoning, the benefits quickly fade. Scenario 3. Poisoning control only. Eliminating poisoning is critical, but without addressing hunting and food scarcity, populations remain under significant pressure. This was the game changer. Our model showed a dramatic improvement in vulture numbers when hunting was regulated, food was reliably available, and poisoning was completely eradicated. Populations stabilized, showing consistent growth and recovery, proving integrated strategies are not only necessary but highly effective. Our research highlights clear directions for impactful policy interventions and conservation actions. Urgent regulations banning veterinary diclofenac must be established immediately. As the Asian crisis illustrated, swift policy action banning these toxic drugs was essential in stabilizing and slowly recovering some vulture populations. Africa must act promptly to avoid repeating Asia's mistakes. Regulations controlling the hunting of vultures and prohibiting indiscriminate hunting methods must be implemented. Strict enforcement and monitoring systems are necessary to ensure these laws are upheld. Vulture restaurants, which are artificial feeding stations with uncontaminated carcasses, have proven to be effective in stabilizing vulture populations in the short term. Our research indicated that there are long-term positive effects if these stations are regularly supplied with safe, poison-free food. Encouraging farmers and communities to responsibly dispose of livestock carcasses can further ensure that vultures have safe and reliable food sources. Community engagement programs focusing on the ecological importance of vultures must be developed. Educating communities reduces deliberate poisoning, increases public support, and fosters local ownership of conservation initiatives. Change begins with us. Everyone, individuals, local communities, and broader society, plays a crucial role in vulture conservation. Use your voice through conversations, social media, local forums to highlight the vulture crisis and the dire consequences of their decline. Promote responsible livestock management and educate communities on avoiding harmful veterinary drugs. Advocate for government policies banning toxic substances like Diclofenac and harmful pesticides. Public pressure makes a significant difference. Get involved in local conservation projects, such as community-led vulture restaurants or bird monitoring programs. Volunteers make conservation projects possible and sustainable. Farmers and veterinarians can commit to using only vulture-safe veterinary drugs. Hunters can transition away from lead ammunition and use non-toxic alternatives. Everyone can share knowledge about vultures, their ecological roles, and simple practices to support their survival. As we wrap up this powerful series, let's hold on to one simple truth. Protecting vultures is protecting ourselves. These majestic birds aren't just scavengers. They are guardians of our ecosystem. They keep our lands clean, curb the spread of deadly diseases on our planet, and maintain balance in nature's grand design. When we lose vultures, we don't just lose a species, we weaken the health of our shared environment. The good news? Conservation works, but it needs you, your voice, your action, your awareness. Get involved. Visit organizations making a difference like BirdLife International, the Vulture Conservation Foundation, the Bombay Natural History Society, BNHS, and the RSPB to learn more, support, or get involved. These groups are making tangible impacts, but they need allies, advocates, and voices like yours. And don't forget, you can keep learning and spreading the message by joining us at See Excellent on YouTube. Hit subscribe, tap the notification bell, and share these stories with friends, classmates, and colleagues. The more people know, the more vultures we save. Awareness spreads like wildfire, and every conversation sparked is a step closer to saving these critically endangered creatures. Now that you know what's at stake, for vultures, for our planet, for nature, and for us, ask yourself, what will you do differently tomorrow? And how will you inspire others to care for our planet today? Because real change doesn't start in conference rooms or policy papers. It starts in everyday choices, in conversations, in the decision to care enough to act. Watch out for the lives around you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for caring. And thank you for choosing to be part of the solution. Until next time, stay curious, stay wild, and remember, saving the scavengers is saving our planet and ourselves. I'm Chinweoke Uzoamaka, and this was Saving the Scavengers. Keep soaring, keep sharing, keep nature alive.